Everybody understands Nigeria produces some of the best football players in the world, like Osimhen now in Napoli. That is the kind of player that's going to go right to the top like Mane did at Liverpool. And I'm looking forward to bringing Nigerian players. Why are Nigerian players some of the most successful African players to make Europe? First of all, size. Second of all, technique. Third of all, quality. Nigeria has 220 million people in the population and they produce talented football players.
4 years ago, he was the most hated man in England. Now Ademola Lookman is the best player in Africa. And I'm not exaggerating. If you don't know the story, 4 years ago, just over 4 years ago, Ademola Lookman was playing for Fulham. And Fulham were losing 3-2. And in the last minute of the game, the 98th minute of the game, Fulham got a penalty. And you know what he did? He missed. But not only did he missed with one of the worst Panenka penalties of all time. This was huge news. Everyone was calling him a failure and he was shipped off to Italy. He even referenced the penalty miss, which I find crazy. He said 4 years ago, I failed in front of the world. And now I win the best player in Africa. Nobody knew when they sent him off to Italy what he would go on to achieve. I mean, just to give you a tiny bit of what he's done. Hat-trick in the Europa League final. First man to get a hat-trick in the Europa League final. I believe the first African to get a hat-trick in a major final, I believe. In my opinion, he will lead Atalanta to the Serie A title because of him. They have a lot of good players, but he will be the leading factor to Atalanta winning the Serie A this season. So never give up, because I remember that penalty miss so clearly. I thought it was over for him, but it wasn't.
Victor Osimhen is one of the best footballers in the world right now, and we don't talk about him enough. The guy just scored 2 goals in his game against Frankfurt today, becoming the first Nigerian player to score twice in a Champions League knockout stage game, and the first Napoli player to score in both legs of a knockout stage game in the Champions League. He now has 50 goals for Napoli across all competitions in 90 appearances for the club. And for those of us who watch Serie A and who have watched Osimhen play consistently, we know that this guy is mega talented. But I personally don't think we talk about him enough when we talk about some of the best players in the world right now. I mean, at this moment in time, he's leading all of Serie A with 19 goals, helping his club stay at the top of Serie A all season long. They're about to win the Scudetto by a landslide. This season alone, he has 23 goals in 28 games and 4 Champions League goals. Victor Osimhen deserves all the credit, all the hype. We need to be talking about him way more.
Who is the best African player actually?
The best African player? Based on what they've done last season, it should be Victor Osimhen.
Who is the best African player of the moment?
Osimhen. Yesterday, Nigerian Sporting Lagos won the Gothia Cup, and the left-back Akomolede Babatunde was named the player of the tournament. The man that I followed throughout the tournament, who has the world's best throw-ins, who grew up throwing tires, now stands as the winner of the world's biggest youth cup, where he scored this wonder goal in the final.
I'm standing here with the man, the myth, the legend, Akomolede Babatunde. Brother, as if the throw-ins wasn't enough. You make a hat-trick of throw-in assists yesterday, and now you take the ball with your left foot and you make a Roberto Carlos-like goal. What was that? Where did that come from?
Wow. Came from God. That's just what I was saying.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord, yes.
You became the player of the tournament as well. To me, very well deserved. You have worked so hard. How does it feel to be here now? The player of the tournament, you won it all, you did it all. What are the emotions?
I'm just so excited. I can't even believe, like, I think someone can just touch me, like I should just wake up from a dream or something, but God over everything.
If you could talk to your younger self, what would you tell him now, today?
Never give up and always be patient.
Do you think the drink gave you some powers today?
Wow, sure, yes! I was just running, coming back, going, coming back. When I went to hit the ball,
Got to vitamin well. God bless you, brother. All the best, man.
Let's go, Sparta!
Michelle Alozzi made headlines this morning after Lauren James stepped on her in today's round of 16 match at the Women's World Cup. But there's so much more to this talented athlete than meets the eye. The Nigerian player has a bachelor's degree in molecular biology from Yale University, and she works part-time at a cancer research center. How cool is that? The 26-year-old is also a vital member of Houston Dash in the NWSL. Can you imagine working in cancer research all while representing your country and playing club ball? She's Superwoman. Michelle is truly an inspiring person and player, and her story deserves to be shared on the world stage.
Victor James Osimhen, from selling water bottles on the streets of Lagos, Nigeria, to one of the most loved and respected superstars in world football. Since winning the African Cup of Nations in 2013, Nigeria have failed to even qualify for the tournament in 2015 and 2017. But after a golden generation with players like John Obi Mikel, Obafemi Martins, Emmanuel Emenike and many others, it was clear that Nigeria needed a rebuild and a spark. But little did they know that in 2015, that spark was conquering the world with the Golden Eaglets at the Under-17 World Cup. And there at that tournament, Victor Osimhen was born, leading Nigeria to the Under-17 World Cup with 10 goals in just 7 games. Fast forward to 2023 and Nigeria are one of the favourites for this year's African Cup of Nations and one of the main reasons the African Player of the Year, Victor Osimhen. After leading Napoli to their first league title in 33 years, Victor Osimhen was ready to take the stage at his first African Cup of Nations as the star man. When you have a player like Victor Osimhen leading your team, you always have a chance. Even when he's not scoring goals, his hard work, passion and desire only inspire others to raise their game and take it to another level. Victor Osimhen is the embodiment of the true African dream and we are watching it play out right in front of our eyes. And whether Nigeria win this tournament or not, Victor Osimhen has won the hearts of millions and is living proof that with hard work, anything is possible.
If he was from Brazil and not Nigeria, he would be known as one of the best wingers in the world. Because that is what he is, bro. He is one of the best wingers in the world. Today, it was literally Ademola Lookman versus Real Madrid, bro. What he was doing to their defense, Vasquez was getting cooked. Look at his finish as well, to get it past Courtois' near post from there. Then at the last kick of the game, step over, left-footed cross. How do you miss that chance? Honestly, his teammate let him down, man. That was the draw right there. I've been watching Ademola Lookman for a while. I remember him scoring on his debut against Manchester City in that 4-0 game at Goodison Park. But since he signed for Atalanta, man, the guy's gone up a level. He is causing havoc to them fullbacks for 90 minutes, bro. He's running at you, both-footed. You don't know where he's going to go. He can shoot off both feet, creative passing. I don't know how accurate this is, but there's reports coming out that apparently Atalanta only want 25 million for Ademola Lookman. 25 million, bro. Every team in world football that's not named Real Madrid, bro, needs to be fighting for this guy because, bro, Barcelona, he would cook on our left-hand side. Liverpool, I'm sorry, bro, he's better than Diaz and he's better than Gakpo. Then you look at other teams like Arsenal, they're looking for a left winger, bro. He would have so many suits. Nigeria, though, if you guys don't get to a World Cup, if you guys don't win the AFCON, bro, with these two as your forwards, just scrap the whole federation, man. It's done.
Nigeria's Lookman, take a bow, because he just became the first player ever in the history of football to score a hat-trick in the Europa League final. He did it against a team that hadn't lost all season long across all competitions and hadn't conceded 3 times all season long until Lookman put 3 in the back of the net. Saying, look man, I really did that. I know that was a bad joke, but I had to fit it in there. My friends, Lookman helped Atalanta secure their first trophy since 1963. This is all after Nigeria lost the AFCON final in January, and here he is turning it all around for his Serie A club, who hadn't sniffed a trophy since the 60s. And what does one of Nigeria's finest do? Not only scores a hat-trick, but sends one of Europe's biggest giants home this season, who hadn't lost a game, trophyless, and secures the bag for his club. What a player that Nigeria has in Lookman, and African Player of the Year.
The next award we're presenting is the Best African International Footballer. Let's watch the videos.
Best African International. This award is presented to the best and most vibrant non-Ghanaian African footballer in the season under review. The nominees are Ademola Lookman, Atalanta and Nigeria; Victor Boniface, Bayern Leverkusen and Nigeria; Edmond Tapsoba, Bayern Leverkusen and Burkina Faso;
I'm going to mention the best
African international footballer is Ademola Lookman.
Hello Ghana, it's Ademola Lookman here. I'd just like to say a big thank you for the consideration, the recognition and the votes. This means a lot to me, my family and my football. I wish I was in Ghana, but my heart is with you guys. Thank you now and thank you always. God bless.